Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm Sally and this is my channel Secret Life of a Seamstress, where I love to talk all about sewing and making clothes, with sometimes some other hobbies thrown in as well, like knitting and crochet. Thanks so much for being here today and I hope you're all doing really well. So today's video is going to be something a little bit different. I wanted to share a few different ways in which you and I can make money from our sewing. So making money from my sewing has actually been something that I've been doing for over 10 years now, which I can't quite believe, in various different ways. So I thought I'd share a little bit about what I've learned, so that if you are someone that would really like to take your sewing hobby to the next level, I really hope that there will be something in this video that is going to be helpful to you. But before we start, I just want to give a quick disclaimer that I am in no way a business expert in any shape or form. I have had to do a lot of learning on the job. So everything that I'll be sharing today has come from my own experience and things that I've learned along the way. So a very quick bit of background to my own story. I left my full-time office job in 2009 when I was expecting my son, who is now 14. But it's always been my dream and something that I've always really wanted to do, to work for myself, to have my own business, to keep my own hours and earn my own money in that way. So another quick disclaimer before we start, I just want to say that I know that everyone's financial situation is different. The amount of money that you might want or need to earn will vary depending on your own situation. I do believe that these are all viable ways to earn a really good income through your sewing, and obviously the more you put into these things, the more you will get out and the more you will earn. So with all that said, let's get into the 5 ways that we can make money through our sewing. So the first way we can earn money through our sewing, I think, is by selling handmade products. So there are various ways that we can do this, and obviously there are various things that we can sew. So this is actually how I started earning money through my sewing back in 2000 and something, about 15, 16 or even 20 years ago. So I started selling handmade homeware products. So this was around the time when brands like Cath Kidston and Laura Ashley were really popular. That sort of shabby chic, kitsch sort of country-ish vibe was going on. Everything was pink and blue and pastel and everything was really floral. So I went and bought myself a good few meters of various different pastel floral fabric, and I set about making and selling kitchenware such as peg bags, carrier bag holders, table runners, tea towels and things like that. I'm fortunate that my husband does work in IT. He set me up a little website and I started to sell via that website while I was at work. So that website gave me a stream of, I would say, steady but slow orders. So I was making orders in the evenings and at weekends and sending them out after work or in my lunch break or whatever, and I was making a little bit of income that way. Once I was on maternity leave and I'd had my first and then my second baby, so once we'd settled into family life and I had settled a bit into having children, we got ourselves into a routine and things, I decided again to pick up this handmade business and have a really good go at it. So at that time I still would keep up with my sewing hobby, so I would be making things for the children or things for the home, and I'd made a couple of patchwork quilts and bits and pieces for my own children, which I then shared within my sort of friendship group, NCT group and all of that kind of stuff, and people got to know that I sewed and they liked what I did and eventually started to ask me if I would make things for them that they would pay me for. So this started slowly. I made for friends. I eventually set up a little Facebook page where I used to sell via that as well. And again, once my children then started to get into nursery and preschool and then eventually school, I had a bit more time to work on this business and I set up an Etsy shop. So that kind of ran alongside my own website as well and gave me a steady stream of orders that I could just work on whenever my children were at preschool or whether they were in bed or having a nap and all that kind of thing. I just worked around them really. Obviously Etsy shops and websites aren't the only way you can do this. You can do it via word of mouth, you can do it at school fairs, at craft fairs and all that kind of thing, so you can sell in person, face to face as well. Of course there is a lot more to setting up a website or an Etsy shop shop or an online store. You certainly can't set one up, put all your products on and then just hope them to sell without doing any more work. There's so much more that you need to do with having an online store, such as online marketing, social media, learning all about SEOs and all of that kind of stuff, all things that I had to learn and get better at along the way. There's way more to it that I could ever cover in this quick video, but certainly having an Etsy shop or an online store where you do sell physical products is a great way to earn extra income, and I know of lots of people that do that as a full-time job now and earn a lot of money from it. If you are someone that's thinking about taking the next step and setting up a side hustle, a new business, or eventually even becoming self-employed, then I highly recommend you check out the sponsor of today's video, which is Skillshare. Skillshare are the largest online learning community for creatives, and they are run by creatives as well. And they have literally thousands of courses available on their website, ranging from how to set up an Etsy shop to accounting and email marketing as well. Skillshare offers something called learning paths, which are curated sequential lessons which build on one another, reinforcing a specific skill. And I thought these learning paths on pricing and selling your own products to sell and also setting up your own Etsy shop would be perfect for today's video. But if you're not into business, then Skillshare offer loads of other creative courses as well. So if you fancy taking up a new hobby over the summer months, there are courses ranging from watercolour, photography and even macrame as well. Skillshare has actually come in super handy for me over the last few weeks because I've had to learn a new editing program to edit my YouTube videos. So I've been working my way through this course by Enrico Luzzi, all about how to use DaVinci Resolve. And it has been so easy to follow. I love the way that the course is broken up into sections. So while I am learning how to edit my videos, if there's anything that I get stuck on, I can refer back to the course and just look at that specific topic, rather than having to go through the whole course again. Skillshare are actually offering the first 500 people to sign up using the link in my video description a 1 month free trial. As I've shared, and I will share again, I started my Skillshare journey with a 1 month free trial and I'm still using it 2.5 years later, so I really have enjoyed my time with Skillshare. I'll leave the link and all the details you need in the description below this video, and I really hope that after you've watched this you'll pop over and have a look at all they have to offer. Thank you to Skillshare for sponsoring this part of the video. Now let's get back into it. The second way that we can earn money in our sewing is via affiliate links. So if you haven't heard of affiliate links before, they're essentially links which you can place on your own social media, so on your Instagram, on your Facebook page, on your blog or your YouTube channel, that earn you a little bit of commission on whatever you might be sharing. So for this to work, you obviously need to have some kind of social media platform which you are posting to and sharing to regularly, for example, an Instagram page or a blog or something like that. So if you do have a platform like any one of those, you're essentially going to be sharing about what you've made, right? So whatever you've sewn that day or that week or that month, you're going to be sharing the pattern designer, probably the fabric that you've used, and then any other details or notions that you might have used to sew that product. So lots of fabric and sometimes pattern companies now will have affiliate programs which allow you to earn a little bit of commission. So I use a program called AWIN. So all you'll need to do is sign up to their programs, and then every time you post sharing one of their products, you can use something called an affiliate link. This is a trackable link which can be tracked by the pattern or fabric company or whoever you're working with, and it just tells them, hey, so-and-so has shared your product, they're eligible for say 2 or 5 or 7% on whatever they've bought using that link. It's kind of like a thank you really from the company to you for sharing and recommending their product. And those links will stay on your YouTube video or your blog or wherever you've shared them for a long time. So they will essentially be earning money for you, even when you're not necessarily working on that particular piece of content. Again, I know of lots of people who make a really good income just from affiliate marketing alone. And it really is a good stream of income to be earning alongside whatever else you're working on in your sewing business. The next way that you can make money with your sewing is to start a YouTube channel. So we all knew that this one was coming, didn't we? And I will try to be brief because there's so much that I could say about starting a YouTube channel and my own experience of it. So like a lot of us out there, starting a YouTube channel was definitely a hobby for me. It's something that I started on a bit of a whim actually in lockdown, where I felt isolated like most of us, and I just felt a little bit unusually brave, I guess, and thought actually I'm going to have a go at this and just see where it takes me. So in a nutshell, with YouTube, there are various different ways that you can earn money from posting videos. So once you start your YouTube channel, you need to reach a certain amount of subscribers and also watch hours before you can start placing ads on your videos. And I can't remember the exact number now. I think when I started, it was 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 watch hours. So once you reach that point, you can then apply to have Google ads placed on your videos. So yes, I know these adverts are annoying if you are the one watching the YouTube video, but for the people behind the camera, they are an essential way of making money through YouTube. So the way that ads on YouTube videos work is that for every person that watches an advert on your YouTube video, you will be paid a small, and I mean very small, amount of money every time someone watches that advert. So this payment can vary depending on lots of different things, and I'm not even going to attempt to go into trying to explain how that works, because to be honest, I still don't understand how it works myself. But that is essentially how you would make money from posting YouTube videos alone. So the other way that you can make money from your YouTube videos is to have sponsorships or product placement on your videos. So companies will often offer a flat fee for these kind of collaborations, and sometimes it will be a flat fee, and sometimes it will also add a commission on whatever you might be selling in that video. Sometimes the fee is set by the company and sometimes it's set by you. So if you are thinking of going down that route, you do need to weigh up whether whatever amount the company is offering is actually worth your time and money and investment into your YouTube channel. The other way that you can make money from your YouTube channel, again, is to use affiliate marketing links or affiliate product links. So similarly to what I mentioned earlier, again, if you are recommending a particular fabric or pattern company and they do have an affiliate marketing program, it's always worth putting those affiliate links in your video description, because every time a person clicks on one of those links and then purchases a product, you will earn a small commission every time. And as I say, those videos are there for a long time, so it might not necessarily be immediate. It might be that that video has been there for months and someone watches it and decides to buy something that you're recommending, and you're then earning rolling commission, which can accumulate quite a lot over a long period of time. So moving on then to the fourth way that I think we can make money through sewing, and that is to work freelance for companies. And that can be through writing or making videos or posting on Instagram and anything like that really. Content creation, if you will. And for me, this is actually one of my main income streams and how I earn money from my sewing. So with freelance work, often rather than writing for your own blog or your own website or making videos for your own YouTube channel, you will actually be making and producing that content for a company. And that can be in the form of an article or a tutorial or some research or a video tutorial or even like a video like the kind of thing I'm creating today. But rather than having that video or that piece of content on your own channels or social media, you'll be creating it for the company or the person that you're working for. Normally you'll be contacted by the company in this case, and again, they might have their own flat fee for this piece of work, or they might ask you what you would charge to do a certain piece of work. And this kind of work can be regular or it can be on a one-off basis too. Normally, once this kind of work is completed, you will be given credit for the work that you've done, and often companies will list your blog or your Instagram or where anyone can find you. But once that piece of work is done, it's then the property of that company and it's for them to use as they will. Obviously contract dependent, and it's always really important to get a contract written up if you are going to be doing this kind of work, just to make sure that you and the company both know where you stand and you all know what's going to happen. So I've actually found that there are various different ways that you can get into this kind of work. So you can either be contacted directly by the company, so they might email you and ask you, hey, I've seen your YouTube channel, or I've seen your Instagram or read your blog and I'd really like you to do this piece of work for us. And that's always a really nice and a really easy way to get that kind of work. But there are instances as well where companies will put out calls for writers or video creators or content creators, and you might need to apply for that work. And then it's not unusual to actually have to do like an audition piece, and they will decide essentially whether or not they want you to do the work for them. So the last way I think we can make money through our sewing is teaching. So this is something that I have yet to experiment with, but it is something that I might be working on in the very near future, so watch this space. So with teaching, again, there are just so many different ways that you can use your skills to teach other people what you know about sewing. Obviously, while charging a small fee for the privilege, because we are here to make money at the end of the day. So with teaching, there are various different ways that you can do this. Obviously, you can teach face-to-face, so you could run a workshop, say at a village hall or a church hall. Another way that you could use your skills and experience to make money through teaching is to create a written course. So you would essentially, similarly to writing a blog or a blog tutorial, create a written course where you're teaching someone how to do something, obviously including lots of photos and illustrations and images and things like that as well. And you would probably sell that course for a flat fee via your own website or your social media or your YouTube channel or whatever other kind of social media platforms you might have. You could also do a similar kind of course via video tutorials. So you could create a video course on how to do something such as how to sew a cushion cover, how to sew from scratch, how to read a sewing pattern. All of those kind of things can be done just as easily written as they can in video form. And actually I would say that video form is probably far superior than written form in this day and age, because everyone seems to want content now. So you could create your own written or video course and you could sell it on your own website, or you could affiliate with a company such as Skillshare, where you can become a teacher and sell your course via their platform. This does have some advantage because obviously Skillshare, for example, is already a big, huge company and it's got its own marketing strategies in place. So your course will automatically get promoted whenever anyone's looking for that kind of content or whenever they want to learn that skill. The advantage that you have with this kind of income stream is that yes, it will be a big outlay initially. You'll have to spend time and energy and editing time into sort of creating that course and filming the videos or writing the scripts or whatever you're doing. But once it's done, it's then there and you can leave it rolling out as passive income, which can essentially be ongoing then. And as long as you're promoting it via your website or via your social media or wherever, it's just passive income that's going to always be there and always earning you money. Teaching, especially online, I think is a really, really great way to make money from your sewing. I do think that teaching is probably one of the things that's mostly overlooked when we do want to make money from sewing, because I know for me, you do have that kind of imposter syndrome kind of feeling where you feel as though you're perhaps not good enough or you don't have the right qualifications to teach or whatever. But in fact, we all have something to share that could benefit others in their learning journey. And as they say, we are all unique and no one else is you. So no one else is going to teach in quite the same way as you would teach, and therefore there's always something that we can share. So that concludes my little roundup of 5 ways that we can make money from our sewing. I really hope that this has been an interesting video and that there's been something in there that's been interesting to you. Let me know if you'd like any more information on any of the points that I've talked about in this video. Obviously this has been quite a quick fire video where I've had to go through things really quickly, but if there is anything that you'd like more detail on, then do let me know in the comments below. Thanks so much for watching everyone. Don't forget to pop over and check out Skillshare and claim your 1-month free trial. Please don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and if you have enjoyed this video, I'd love it if you gave it a like as well. Take care everyone, and I'll look forward to seeing you in another video soon. Bye.